If you were born in South Korea, the very first thing you would learn is that this country has two completely different faces. One face is the one the world loves. BTS selling out stadiums in minutes. Blackpink breaking global records. K-dramas dominating Netflix. And Samsung shaping the future of technology. The face where streets glow in neon. Cafes look like movie sets, and people walk fast because the future is waiting for no one. This is the South Korea the world dreams of. Clean, modern, futuristic, beautifully aesthetic. But the second face is different. It's quieter, darker, heavier. The OECD's highest suicide rate. Youth calling the system hell Joseon. Students collapsing from exhaustion. Workers sleeping in PC cafes because they can't go home. Elderly people collecting cardboard to survive. If you were born in South Korea, you would live between these two faces, one polished and perfect, one hidden under pressure, and every day you would feel the tension between the dream and the reality. Your life would begin with a number, your age, not just when you were born, but who is older than you, even by 1 year. Because if you were born in South Korea, hierarchy would be everywhere. At school, at work, even at dinner, age decides the order. Someone older is always above you. 1 year older, still superior. You don't argue, you don't question. Language changes, tone changes, behavior changes. You can't call someone older by their name. You call them hyung, oppa, uni, nuna, or sunbai. You bow, you pour drinks with 2 hands. You turn away when drinking alcohol near an elder. If you were born in South Korea, age wouldn't just be a number. It would be your identity, your role in society, your place in the invisible ladder everyone follows. If you were born in South Korea, you would discover that beauty isn't a preference. It's a requirement. This is the land of Ulsan culture, where a perfect face can change your entire future. 12-year-olds asking for double eyelid surgery. High school graduation gifts being nose jobs. 1 in 3 women having cosmetic procedures, the highest rate in the world. Why? Because appearance decides everything. Jobs, relationships, social value. Job applications include photos, height, weight, age. A single pimple can affect confidence for a week. People check their reflection in every store window. Even men wear makeup. BB cream, cushion foundation, lip tint. If you gain weight, people ask directly, "Did you gain weight?" Not as an insult, but as honesty. If you were born in South Korea, mirrors would follow you everywhere. Good looks open doors. Imperfections close them. If you were born in South Korea, time would sprint around you. Everything must be fast. Faster than yesterday. Faster than other countries. Ppalli Ppalli. Quickly, quickly, isn't just a phrase. It's the national rhythm. You walk fast, you eat fast, you live fast. Delivery food arrives in 10 to 15 minutes. Internet loads before your finger even taps the screen. Decisions are instant. Patience is rare. But this speed comes with exhaustion, burnout disguised as productivity, people running on fumes but refusing to slow down. If you were born in South Korea, you would master the art of being tired without showing it. In South Korea, the group always comes before the individual. If you were born here, you wouldn't be I, you would be we, Yuri. At school, everyone wears the same uniform. Hair must be black, accessories banned. Standing out is dangerous, blending in is safe. At work, company dinners are mandatory. If your boss drinks, you drink. If your team stays late, you stay late. Your personal life bends around the group's expectations. Reading the room, called nunchi, is a survival skill. Say the wrong thing, you disrupt harmony. Say nothing at all, you're safe. If you were born in South Korea, your identity would be shaped by everyone around you. You belong to the group, or you don't survive. If you were born in South Korea, you would inherit Han, a cultural word without a perfect English translation. Han is sorrow layered over generations, pain that turns into strength, anger that transforms into endurance. It comes from invasions, colonization, war, division. 35 years of Japanese occupation, a civil war that left millions dead, a border splitting families forever. Han lives inside stories, songs, dramas, and even casual speech. It's why K-dramas are emotional, why K-pop lyrics sting with melancholy, why people feel a sadness they can't explain. If you were born in South Korea, you wouldn't just carry your own worries, you would carry the nation's memories. Behind the perfection lies a painful truth. South Korea has the highest suicide rate in the developed world. Almost 40 people every day. If you were born here, suicide wouldn't be a distant tragedy. It would be a known reality. A friend's sibling, a classmate's parent, a neighbor. Everyone knows someone. The pressure is relentless. Grades decide your life. Careers decide your worth. Reputation decides your future. There's a bridge in Seoul called Mapo Bridge, nicknamed the Suicide Bridge. Authorities place messages like "You matter" and "Please stay." Even that wasn't enough. If you were born in South Korea, happiness wouldn't be guaranteed. Survival itself would be an achievement. School isn't school. School is war. If you were born here, your childhood would disappear behind textbooks. Elementary school, classes, then hagwon, private academies until late evening. Middle school, more hagwon, more pressure, more competition. High school, no sleep. Students study up to 16 hours a day. The university entrance exam, Suneung, decides everything. On exam day, planes are grounded. Police escort late students. The entire country goes silent. One test, one day, one result that could define your entire destiny. If you were born in South Korea, playtime would be a luxury. Childhood would be postponed. If you were born in South Korea, your adult life wouldn't be easier. Work culture is a battlefield disguised as an office. Leaving work on time, called kalto, is frowned upon. Boss stays until midnight, you stay too. Company dinners 2 to 3 nights a week. Drinking mandatory, hangovers ignored, health pushed aside. Work weeks of 70, 80 hours aren't shocking. They're expected. People sleep in the office. People sleep in PC cafes. People work until they collapse. If you were born in South Korea, you wouldn't work to live. You would live to work. Scene 10. Housing crisis, becoming an adult at 40. Seoul is one of the world's most expensive cities. If you were born in South Korea, buying a house would feel like climbing Everest barefoot. Average house, $1 million. Average salary, $30,000. Math doesn't add up. The rental system is bizarre. The Jeonse deposit requires tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Result, people stay with their parents until 30, 35, even 40. Marriage delayed, children postponed, birth rate at 0.72, the lowest in the world. If you were born in South Korea, independence would come late, sometimes too late. Seoul is one of the world's most expensive cities. If you were born in South Korea, buying a house would feel like climbing Everest barefoot. Average house, $1 million. Average salary, $30,000. Math doesn't add up. The rental system is bizarre. The Jeonse deposit requires tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Result, people stay with their parents until 30, 35, even 40. Marriage delayed, children postponed, birth rate at 0.72, the lowest in the world. If you were born in South Korea, independence would come late, sometimes too late. Being a woman in South Korea is harder. Wage gap, highest in OECD. Glass ceiling, nearly solid. CEO positions for women, only around 3%. Pregnancy means job risk. Marriage means career sacrifice. Molka, hidden camera crimes, haunt women daily. Online abuse, stalkers, privacy violations, these are real. If you were born a woman in South Korea, you would fight battles others don't see. Every single day. But if you were born in South Korea, you would also live in a global cultural powerhouse. K-pop dominating charts, K-dramas reshaping entertainment, movies winning Oscars, beauty products trending worldwide, food spreading to every continent. South Korea transformed from war-torn poverty into global influence within one generation, a miracle called the Korean Wave. If you were born in South Korea, you would watch your culture inspire millions worldwide. South Korea isn't waiting for the future, it's building it. 5G first in the world, fastest internet speeds, smart homes everywhere, digital wallets used by everyone, robots in cafes, AI in hospitals, blockchain in banking. If you were born in South Korea, everyday life would feel futuristic. What other countries dream of, Korea already uses. If you were born here, getting sick wouldn't terrify you financially. National health insurance covers everyone. Doctor visits cost a few dollars. MRI scans, surgeries, prescriptions, all affordable. Hospitals efficient, clean, fast. If you were born in South Korea, sickness wouldn't break you. You would get treated and move on. South Korea is extremely safe. Crime rare, violence rare, walking alone at 3 a.m. common, losing your phone, someone returns it. If you were born here, fear would be small, trust would be big. Now open your eyes. You've seen the two faces of South Korea. The bright one, creative, strong, inspiring, and the dark one, exhausting, pressuring, unforgiving. If you were born in South Korea, your life would be shaped by competition, discipline, beauty standards, technology, safety, culture, and pain. South Korea is not simple. It is a paradox, a country where miracle and struggle live side by side, where dreams shine but shadows follow, where the future is bright but the cost is heavy. Tomorrow you will wake up in another country, another life, another destiny. Which country should we explore next? Tell us in the comments. Life Atlas. Every life is a map waiting to be explored.